Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Back to our class, Standard 4, English, Lesson 3, The Clever Little Tailor. Today we are going to start with a new lesson, and the title of the lesson is The Clever Little Tailor. Who is a tailor? Who is a tailor? Tailor is a person who stitches our clothes. He is a person who stitches different types of dresses for us. He stitches clothes for us. So whenever we have festivals and functions, we buy clothes from the market and we give it to the tailor to make dresses for us. Today, in this lesson, The Clever Little Tailor, we are going to learn so many things. This lesson is in the form of a play, a drama. So now, before I start the lesson and I tell you what is the content or story of this lesson, let me tell you about the characters in this story. Characters in the sense, all those people who are there in this story, their names and their work or what is their duty. What are they doing in this story? Now, let us read this play to know what do the tailor do to marry the prince. In the story, there's a tailor who wants to marry the princess. Princess is the daughter of a king. Son is called as the prince and daughter is called as the princess. So this is a story about a tailor who wishes to get married to a princess, the daughter of a king who is called as princess. Now all the characters in this story are the princess, tailor 1, in bracket it is given as eldest, and tailor 2. Tailor 3, the youngest, a little tailor. Then we have a servant and we have a bear. So these are all the characters in the story. It is princess, the daughter of a king, tailor 1, the eldest, tailor 2, tailor 3, the youngest, who is a little tailor, servant, and a bear. Bear is a animal. It is a animal. Now, a small introduction or a small idea or a central idea or what is the concept or the idea of, about the story. Prologue. Once there was a proud princess. Once there was a proud princess. If a man wanted to get married to her, she gave him some riddle. If he couldn't solve it, he was sent away scornfully. In a small town, 3 tailors, though they were eligible to be her husband and wanted to marry the princess. Now, the story is about a princess. The story is about a princess and three tailors. Tailor 1, tailor 2, and tailor 3. There are three tailors. Yes? Now, the princess, people who wants to get married to her, people who want to get married to the princess, she has got some restrictions. She has got some, you can say, some conditions. Some conditions. She puts some condition for those people who want to get married to her. What is the condition? They have to solve some puzzles. However talented they are, however efficient they are, however qualified they are, but they have to pass the riddles. They have to pass the riddles that the princess gives them. Now, what is that riddle? What she has said for that people who wants to get married to her? Are they successful in solving the riddles? We will see as the story proceeds. So you have the idea, the central idea of this lesson, the clever tailor, the clever little tailor. So once there was a proud princess, she was very proud. If a man wanted to get married to her, she gave him some riddle. If he couldn't solve it, he was sent away. So people who were not able to solve the riddles were rejected and sent back. In a small town, three tailors thought they were eligible to be her husband and wanted to marry the princess. So, in a small town, there were three tailors. Tailor 1, the eldest, tailor 2, and tailor 3, the youngest. They thought that they are eligible, fit to marry the princess, and they wanted to marry her and become their husband. Now, what happens in the story? We will see as we read the lesson, and the story goes like this. Scene 1. This is in the form of a play drama. Scene 1. At a poor man's courtyard. This is the scene. This is a scene created at the poor man's courtyard. Three tailors enter talking among themselves. Tailor 1, tailor 2, and tailor 3. They are talking among themselves. And what are they talking? We will see. So, tailor 1. So, the tailor 1 says, I have stitched so many beautiful garments skillfully. I am certain that I can succeed. So, the first tailor, he says, I have stitched so many beautiful garments skillfully. I am certain that I can succeed. So, tailor 2, he says, my hands create magic. My hands create magic, and I am sure solving a riddle will be a piece of cake. So, the second tailor says, my hands can create magic. So I don't think so that solving a riddle is a big task for me. I can solve the riddle set by the princess. Tailor 3. I will try my best to win the princess's heart. So the third, the smallest tailor, he says, I will try my best to win the princess's heart. I am sure I can solve the riddle. So, tailor 1 says, I have stitched many beautiful garments skillfully. I am certain that I can succeed. Tailor 2 says, My hands can create magic, and I am sure solving a riddle will be a piece of cake. He means to say it is not a difficult task. And Taylor 3 says, I will try my best to win the princess's heart. I am sure I can solve the riddle. So, the Taylor 1, Taylor 1, he says to Taylor 3. That is, the eldest Taylor, he tells the youngest Taylor, just stay at home. Just stay at home. Taylor 2 to Taylor 3. Now the Taylor 2, the middle Taylor, he tells to the third Taylor, you can't do much with your little bit of understanding. So all three are arguing among themselves, asking each other to stay back so that they get their chance to get married to the princess. Yes, so Taylor 1 is telling Taylor 3, eldest Taylor is telling the youngest Taylor, just stay at home. And the second Taylor, the middle Taylor, is telling the youngest one, you can't do much with your little bit of understanding. So, Taylor 1 and Taylor 2, they don't want Taylor 3 to go to meet the princess to try his luck. Taylor 3 speaking to himself. So, Taylor 3 is confused now because Taylor 1 and Taylor 2 are asking him not to go to the contest or to participate in the competition, that is to solve the riddles. So Taylor 3 is speaking to himself. I am not going to be discouraged by their words. I will solve the puzzle and marry the princess. So Taylor 3 is angry now because Taylor 1 and Taylor 2 is not letting him to go to meet the princess. So he's talking to himself and he says, I am not going to be discouraged by their words. I will solve the puzzle and marry the princess. So the three tailors exit. So all three, after discussing, they go back, they disperse. Now this is scene 2. Scene 2 at the palace. It means all the three tailors, they come to the palace. They come to the palace to meet the princess. Scene 2 at the palace. Princess chamber. A servant stands behind the princess. Enter the three tailors and stand in front of the princess. The princess examines the tailors thoroughly. So, all the three tailors, they go to the palace and they stand in front of the princess. They all three have gone to solve the riddles, and whoever clears the riddle will get a chance to get married to the princess. The princess is examining all the three tailors. Princess addressing all three tailors. I'll be most obliged to be one of your wives. If you can solve this riddle, I'll be yours forever. I have two kinds of hair on my head. What two colors are there? So the princess is talking to the tailor. And what is she telling? She says, I'll be most obliged to be one of your wives. If you can solve this riddle, I'll be yours forever. I have two kinds of hair on my head. What two colors are there? She's asking a question to them. She's telling them, if you solve my riddle, I'll become your wife. If you solve my riddle, I will marry you and I will be your wife forever. And she tells them she has two kind of hair on her head. She has two kind of hair on her head. And she's asking them to find out what two colors are there. Tailor one. If that's all, I think it must be black and white like the cloth, which is called pepper and salt. So Tailor one was very excited. He was very curious. He wants to get married to the princess. So soon he answers, Tailor one, if that's all, I think it must be black and white like the cloth, which is called pepper and salt. Princess, no, I am afraid. Let the second one answer. So Tailor one's answer was wrong. So the princess says, I am afraid. Let the second one answer. Tailor two, if it is not black and white, then it's brown and red, like my father's company's coat. So the second tailor, he says, if it's not black and white, then it's brown and red, like my father's company coat. Princess, well, you got it wrong too. So the second tailor also gives a wrong answer. She says, well, you got it wrong too. Let the third one answer now. I feel he knows it certainly. So Tailor 1 gave a wrong answer. Tailor 2 gave a wrong answer again. So now it's the turn for Tailor 3. And the princess has some hope that Tailor 3 will certainly give a right answer. Tailor 3. Stepping forth boldly, he moves one step ahead. Tailor 3. Stepping forth boldly. The princess has silver and golden hair on her head. So the third tailor, he says, the princess has silver and golden hair on her head. Princess, nearly falling with terror and then getting up. How could you? I mean, you are right, but you are not there yet. In the stable is a bear with whom you shall spend the night, and when I get up in the morning, if you are still alive, I'll marry you. Looking at a servant, you know where to take him. Take the other two gentlemen to the guest room. So Tailor 3, he answers, he says, the princess has silver and golden hair on her head. So the princess falling with terror and then getting up. And she says, how could you? I mean, you are right, but you are not there yet. In the stable is a bear with whom you shall spend the night. And when I get up in the morning, if you are still alive, I'll marry you. Looking at a servant, you know where to take him. Take the other two gentlemen to the guest room. So Tailor 1, Tailor 2, they were sent to the guest room. Whereas the tailor 3 was sent to stay in a stable with the bear. And the princess tells him, in the morning when I wake up, if you are alive, I will marry you.
Ma'am.
Beta, I am teaching. Wait for some time. Tailor 3 boldly ventured his half won. So Tailor 3 is a bit happy because he's feeling that he's getting a right answer. He says, servant, if you will follow me, sir. So Tailor 3 follows the servant to the stable where the bear is waiting for him. Princess, the bear will mangle him to a pulp. So, the third tailor is sent to a stable where he has to handle a bear. And they are sure by morning, if he is alive, she will marry the third tailor. And tailor 1 and tailor 2, they are sent to a guest room. Scene 3 at a stable. Scene 3 at a stable. Now, the servant brings the little tailor to the bear roaming openly in the stable. There's a cage beside them with a lock and key hanging at the door. The servant exits. So the servant takes the third tailor to a stable where a bear is waiting for him desperately. And there's a cage beside them with a lock and a key hanging at the door. And the servant leaves that place. Bear, who are you? Tell me fast before I squeeze the juice out of you. Tailor 3, softly, softly, I'll soon make you quiet. So the bear is asking the tailor, who are you? Tell me your name. You better tell me your name or else I'll squeeze you to juice. I'll squeeze out juice from you. So tailor 3 says softly, softly, I'll soon make you quiet. Then, quite composedly, the tailor took some nuts out of his pocket, cracked its shell, and ate the seeds. When the bear saw that, he came forward, extending a paw to have some of those. The tailor gave him a handful. They were, however, not nuts but pebbles. The bear tried hard but couldn't crack them. So, in that room where, in that stable, there was a huge bear. There was a huge bear. Now, Tailor 3 had to handle the bear and he had to pass on the night. And next day morning, if he is alive, if the bear has not harmed him, the princess will get married to him. He has to tackle with the bear. So what did he do? The tailor, he took out some nuts out of his pocket, cracked it, cracked its shells, and ate the seeds. When the bear saw this, he came forward, extending a paw, means a hand, to have some of those. The tailor gave him a handful. They were, however, not nuts but pebbles. The bear tried hard but couldn't crack them. The tailor he gave him a handful of pebbles to the bear. Though the bear is a very huge and strong animal, he couldn't crack the nuts. That was not nuts, those were pebbles. Pebbles are small stones. So, this is how the tailor handles the bear. What happens in the next session, in the story ahead, we will see in the next class how the tailor handles the bear. Will he get married to the princess? Will the princess be happy with his behavior or the way he's handling the bear or the way he's presenting himself? We will see in the next class. This lesson is beautiful. It is giving a beautiful message. It is about testing your self confidence, your courage, and your willpower. What happens in the further story about the tailor and the princess? We will see in the next class. Till then, you read till where I have done, understand, and find out